with the rise of AI, right, in life, I just want to say I appreciate you coming to this video. I talk a lot about, real topics that I feel like a lot of people dodge or like they're afraid to talk about. I started a secret YouTube channel, which is this one, to talk about topics like these, because I just wanted it to be more authentic, especially like with AI and all these rising things that's coming about. A lot of people aren't talking about like substance, so I don't know. I felt like I was just having this thought, like, our terms of success is kind of like slowly fading out, right? With the rise of technology and AI and like capitalism, etc., right? These licensed therapists, or I'm a entry level data clerk, these terms that carried these values to our name for so long is kind of slowly dying out. Even the term of success is starting to change, because what really is success at this point? Okay, success is, in my opinion, I feel like is a perception of growth, and I don't want to say end goal, but like the highest point that a person has in their life. My form and my definition of success can be very different from yours. You get me? And I think like your term of success should be very realistic as possible. The worst thing you will ever want to do in life is to chase a dream that I don't want to say is impossible, because nothing is impossible, but to chase a dream that isn't conducive to who you are, as a person, as an individual in this lifetime. Like, for example, bro, when I was 18, I swore I was going to retire by 21. I'm like, bro, I am retiring. I'm about to make $10 million. And in a moment, of course, that energy is pulling you to feel like that. But realistically, the path that I was on to chase that definition of success, it wasn't going to actually work. There wasn't no actual brain power put behind that. It was a feeling. It was a moment, just like motivation is temporary. You go somewhere, you get around a crowd, or you get around people, or you read a TikTok, or you listen to a YouTube short video, someone's giving you motivation, you feeling fired up, you feeling like, man, I'm about to take this down, and like 20 minutes later you're back to doing what you're doing. Motivation is a thing that you have to consistently push yourself. I think discipline is the most important thing when it comes to anything in life, in terms of growing and pushing towards something, right? The more you have discipline, regardless of how you feel as a man, and it's not even a gender thing, but realistically, as a man, you're gonna always push yourself to be better. If you want to get in a room of billionaires or something, you're eventually gonna have to do maybe an internship, and maybe you're gonna have to work for free, volunteer here and there. There's a progression that's made when you get to a level of success. And if you stay flowing during this time period, and you're not attaching yourself to any outcome, you will see often, very quickly, that, oh, like, this is real. Like, I'm actually attracting and manifesting the life that I want. And a lot of people mention like law of detachment, the things of that nature, and like, yes, it is a very real thing, but also you have to make sure that you're working towards that, without the thought of attaching yourself to an outcome. Like, if you get a job interview and you're attaching yourself like you're gonna get it no matter what, and then you don't get it, then there's like this disappointing feeling, that you feel, and now you don't know, what to do or how to navigate after that. So I always say with life, you have to keep your expectations low, and you have to keep your expectations very realistic, because in life, anything could change very quickly. And the worst thing that you will want to go through in life, if it changes very quickly, is not understanding that you have an alternative to that. That's how a lot of people fall into depression and trauma, and they attach themselves to those experiences in their life without letting go. And now, they created this arrested development mindset where that's their time period they're stuck in. Like, I have uncles right now who might be talking about a time period in the early 20s, and like, you can tell there's no memories after that. And unfortunately, we have the technology to teach us and open our minds to a lot of these terms to help us navigate in life, but they didn't have that in the older generation. So if they felt like a part of their life or a chapter in their life peaked, they're gonna stay there. They're gonna make sure that that's all. I don't want to say that's all they talk about, but that was the peak of their life. So always make sure you're creating different experiences in life, because it will help you. It will actually help you navigate life a little bit more lenient, like with leniency, if that makes sense. My bad if I'm not making sense for the last 30 seconds. I'm just trying to put all the pieces together to help you guys understand. I know we all process things very differently, but if I can get you guys to understand at a basic level about something that's very advanced like that, then of course I'm gonna say it. But basically what I'm saying is you can attract any lifestyle you want. In order to do that, you must let go of any other outcomes in your life. If you thought you're gonna be this, be open to other things. And when you open your mind to a realm of possibilities and endeavors, you'll see quickly how fast life can get good for you. There's a lot of things I would have never thought I was gonna move back to California, Northern California, after that, right? But I kept my mind open. I was open to the universe, and when I did, luckily, it worked out. I'm at the beach, feeling this breeze. I feel good. I would have never felt this in Texas, bro. And not to knock that, but I'm just saying, if I would have never kept my mind open, this would have never happened, because I didn't have this outcome in my mind because I was attached to another one. You get me? So, life is precious. I think the more you just chill and just lay back, just observe, you ain't really tripping. You got a roof over your head, you ain't really tripping. If you got a car, you ain't really tripping. You got money in your pocket, you ain't really tripping. If you could order DoorDash, you ain't tripping. Life ain't that bad. There's some people right now who's slaving away. Their parents don't have a home. They don't have a home, So just always realize that there's other people out there who's always going worse than you, We're not perfect. We're never biologically engineered to be perfect. And I think that's the mindset we got to break out of. We got to get back to the origin, back to the root, as individuals. But it's your boy AJ Collins, man. Omasaro, and I love you guys. Make sure you guys take care of yourself. I'm out.